Welcome back to another episode of Good Chatter. Josh Palet with Dave Palet. And make sure you follow our other shows as well. The Young and the Washed, Next Question, and JP25 Conversations. And today's show is going to be pretty good, I think. I like the Super Bowl. Even though it was kind of boring, I liked it because I knew one of the players on the team.
You knew players on both teams.
I knew players on both teams, but I had a personal relationship with three guys, and one of them called me gay.
wait.
Do you want to hear this story?
Yeah, I do. Well, do you want to say the other guys that you know? You want to say everybody
Okay,
you know?
the other guys went to Alabama with me. Garrett Dieter, receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs, and O.J. Howard. Unfortunately, he was hurt, but he's tight end for the Buccaneers. So
wait a second. Didn't you also go to a music festival with Travis Kelce?
Travis Kelce and me have been day one bros.
Yeah.
So that's one of my best friends, actually. I can't believe I forgot him. Yeah. What's up, Trav? So the guy called me gay. Do you know who it was?
Yeah, I was there.
You were there.
I was there. It was Gronkowski.
Yeah, Rob Gronkowski. Gronk called me gay. Yeah. So here's the story. Okay. So I'm helping my dad out working for the Chargers. I'm doing ESPN. He's doing Sirius. And basically our job was to get the player of the game and just interview him.
Yeah.
And give live updates during the game. But basically to get the player of the game. So he was the player of the game. I interviewed him. I did a great job. And then I said, hey, can I get a selfie? And I go like this. And he looks at me right in my face.
Wait a second. Hold on. That's not how I remember it. I think you put your arm around him.
I
and
did.
then did the selfie.
I did. I put my arm around him because we're bros. You know, it's Gronk. I put my arm around him, held the phone up. I go, hey, can we get a selfie? And he looks at me straight in the eyes and he goes, are you gay or something? And I'm like, what?
As soon as you touched him, he called you gay.
I think it was the arm around him that overdid it. But
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I'm not gay. I'm like, our selfie's gay. I just want a picture, bro. Like, what? And I was like, I'm not. I said to him, I'm like gay. Just take the picture. He's like, all right. And then we took the picture.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any stories about athletes cussing you out or anything?
No one called me gay, but
Thank God.
yeah, no, I didn't get that. I have a billion of them that have cussed me out over the years, unfortunately, because whenever you go to a sporting event, you're kind of, for me at least still, I get excited every time. I've been covering, every sport, Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA for years, even the NHL, and I've been lucky enough to go to everything. I don't think there's anything in the world that you'd say, I want to see that I haven't been to in person.
Yeah.
So I've lucked out, been extremely, I guess it's been fantastic as far as the career has gone. So for me, the one that stands out, because when guys cuss you out, you have to determine in your mind, because depending on the sport, a lot of the athletes I'm bigger than. Like I can take, I'm like, I can take you. When Tony Fernandez is cussing me out and he's 160 pounds, I'm like, dude, I'll beat the dog shit out of you. But you can't, because if you beat up Tony Fernandez, you're never working again.
True.
Number one, whether it's ESPN or another group doesn't want you. Two is, the Padres, Reds, whatever, they're going to sit there and turn you in that, you can't have this guy work for you.
This maniac beating up the players.
Yeah, he's beating up our starting shortstop. But I tell you what, I went through a period of time where I was getting yelled at a lot. And it was frustrating. I was only about 25 years old, and I think I just had it. Like I'd snapped, I was like, enough. Because in my head, I'm like, I can take this guy. Mm-hmm. And it would be different if it was a guy the size of Shaq or, an offensive lineman. You're like, I can take this guy. But when it's a baseball player, a lot of them are like, dude, I'd beat the hell out of you. But baseball players overall aren't the best guys. Matter of fact, they're the worst guys. Out of all the sports, NFL, really good guys. NHL are the best guys. NBA, good guys. Only a few guys I could count, not even on one hand, that I would say that guy's a jerk. Mm-hmm. Major League Baseball, it's a 50-50 deal. You're getting half the guys are terrible. So for me, the place I snapped was in 96. Ozzie Smith was with the St. Louis Cardinals, shortstop, great guy. And I was told, look, we needed to go to Dodger Stadium, and we needed to get some sound from Ozzie Smith. Get a couple quotes. You send them off and back to Connecticut, and then they play them. But Ozzie was almost done with his baseball career. So the game's going to get going soon at Dodger Stadium, Cardinals-Dodgers. It was a Sunday night game, and we're all waiting for Ozzie to finish talking. And I'm standing behind like the group of people, but I'm standing on the dirt part in front of the Cardinals dugout, okay? And Tom Pagnozzi bumps me. He's a catcher for the Cardinals. He bumps me, and he goes, hey, get the fuck out of the way. I got to warm up. And I was in my head, I'm like, oh, you're right. He has a job to do. But I turn around, and there's nobody there. Then I got pissed. I snapped. I said, go ahead and fucking throw it, asshole. It's not coming back. And he goes, what? I go, dude, get the fuck out of here. I got a job to do. And he goes, I got a job to do too. I go, what? Give me a hard time? There's no one to throw the ball to. You aren't warming up. You're just being a dick. And I was pissed. And one of my buddies is holding me back. Dude, calm down, calm down. And I was like, at that point, I was like, fuck it. Fuck this whole business. That's it. Tom Pagnozzi, it's on. And so I get my sound from Ozzy. Didn't even think about anything else. Well, the next day, because even though I was at Dodger Stadium, the team that I covered on a regular basis was the Padres. Mm-hmm. Well, the Cardinals the next day came to San Diego. And I didn't even think I'm going to see Tom Pagnozzi tomorrow. And the Cardinals are taking batting practice, and I'm around the back of the cage behind the turtle. And Pagnozzi goes, hey, what the fuck are you doing here? And I was like, all right. So it clicked in my head like that moment. I go, I'll tell you what I'm fucking doing here. I'm here to kick the shit out of you because I'm still pissed from last night. And when you go to San Francisco after these 3 days, I'll be waiting for you there too. And he's like, whoa. And I completely snapped. But now I'm in his head, you know? And he's going, holy shit, this guy's really pissed. And I go, damn right. But I wasn't. I was kind of laughing. Like you're laughing like to myself.
Yeah.
And then the series goes, of course, we don't get into it, but I guarantee you for 3 days, he's looking for me going, where the hell is this guy going to come out and get me?
Where's the psycho?
Yeah, where's the psycho? So that same fall, 96, Cardinals are playing the Padres in the playoffs. And I completely forgot, that the whole Pagnozzi deal. And I'm talking to Brian Jordan, who is an outfielder for the Cardinals, also played cornerback for the Falcons. Great dude. And we're just sitting there having a conversation, man. And all of a sudden, Brian Jordan, dude, like pushes me to the ground. And I'm like, what the hell did Brian Jordan hit me for? You guys an NFL football player. And hits me to the ground. And then you hear, bam, and like to the side. Pagnozzi rifled a baseball at my head from about 100 feet away. It would have killed me, dude.
Would have killed you.
It would have killed me. Like, Brian Jordan saved my life.
He would have Simon Birched you.
Yeah. Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. And I'm like, holy shit. So he was now pissed off, ready to go. And we didn't fight or anything, but I was like, oh my gosh, dude, like this thing went on for a good 3-4 months. I think that we were kind of going at it.
Jesus.
I know, right? So, but it was one of those where we kind of laugh about it. But here's the weird thing, man. Every time I've had a run-in with a guy, something bad has happened to that guy shortly after. It is strange. I have an uncle who used to tell me, don't ever tell those stories. But I tell you, I remember Pagnozzi throws that ball at me. Next thing, and he was a Gold Glove catcher. Couldn't hit for shit, but he was a great defensive catcher. Ends up hurting his back. He never played again.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, never played again. Glenn Allen Hill, dude, told me to go fuck myself after a game. I was supposed to get him for the post-game show. And he said, I go on the field. I go, hey, I don't even know what to call him, Glenn or Glenn Allen, or I don't know what the hell. Like Mr. Hill. I don't know what part of his name was the hyphen. I was confused. So I'm like, hey, can you come on the Padre postgame show? He go, fuck yourself, he says to me.
Damn.
So I go in the Giants locker room. I tell the guy upstairs, hey, he's not coming on. And I have to get other interviews. And then he comes out. And I'm looking at my watch. I'm like, hey, we still have time to get him on the postgame show. I said, hey, do you have time to come on now that you're taking a shower? And he pulls the Joe Pesci line on me. What are you doing here? I thought I told you to go fuck yourself. And I'm like, damn it. That dude ends up shattering his hand or his wrist like 2 days later.
Good.
And he was fucking gone for a long time. But it was weird, man. I got like 10 of those where something really bad's happened. Guys either getting fired or injured and couldn't play. Really, really strange. But yeah, for me, it was the Pagnozzi one that always stands up in my head that I just kind of snapped. And then I got into his head, telling him I was going to be in San Francisco stalking to beat the shit out of him there too.
That is hilarious. That is too good. So on a different note.
Oh, by the way, Tony Fernandez, who dogged me out. Josh wanted me to tell Tony Fernandez story at some point. I'm not telling it because it's brutal. Maybe later on down the line, but I hate it because he got the best of me. But Tony Fernandez, 1997 World Series, Indians about to beat the Marlins to win the championship. Ball goes right through his fucking legs. Whoop. There you go. Everybody talks about Buckner. Tony Fernandez.
Screw you, Tony. From the grave. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he died.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, something bad did happen.
Yeah. Jeez. All right. So on a different note,
sorry.
I'm 27 years old. Okay, this is like a prime age for having children, as we all know. I have a lot of friends that have kids.
Yeah,
it's kind of a weird thing because.
Let me ask you: are they married and having kids, or are they having kids?
Kind of a little bit of both.
Okay.
A lot are married, a lot aren't.
Do a lot of people? No, just asking right now. Do a lot of your friends think it's important to get married?
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of
things haven't changed since I was your age.
Yeah, maybe not as important as it used to be. Anyways, so it's kind of funny. At 27 years old, half of the people I'm friends with are going out drinking, having a good time, which there's nothing wrong with that, and then half are here with babies and having a family. So it's kind of like a weird place for me right now. For me, I'd be happy having a healthy child if it's a boy or a girl. It wouldn't matter to me. For you, you've told me that having a daughter is a lose-lose situation. I don't know how I feel about that.
It's not that in my head, I haven't been able to wrap myself around ever having a little girl because I think I'm way too protective. Like
Okay.
we have friends who have daughters, and every time I hear something bad happens or they're treated poorly, I get super angry.
Yeah.
And I was telling my buddies, dude, just let me know. I'll fly into town, take care of it, and get back on the plane. I was like, I don't think I could handle myself. I think I would be in jail if someone did something bad to my daughter. I would freak out. I think I just have that protective nature. You know, your mom and I always talk about this all the time. If we had a girl and you and your brother were older than her, that you guys would probably be the ones to lose their mind, especially your brother, I think, would have beaten the hell out of a bunch of guys just because he would have freaked out.
You would have killed these guys, yeah.
Because we know as guys how guys think. We know that guys are always thinking, hey, how do I get in your pants? I mean, that's the way guys think first. Guys look at girls and they judge within a half a second if they would sleep with that girl or not sleep with that girl.
I think, okay, as a parent, I think you're protective either way, right? Because people have, we're not going to tell any stories. I mean, we could, but there's been times where grown men, when I was not a man, try to fight me and you lost your mind.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the way. If you can't defend yourself or picking on someone that shouldn't be able to defend themselves against someone that's much bigger, that's when I get
That's
really
when you
upset.
draw the line, of
I
course.
get really upset.
Okay, so explain real quick why you said before it's a lose-lose situation.
Tell me. Okay, look, I know it sounds. What I'm going to say sounds bad. I know it sounds terrible. You tell me where I'm wrong, though. Okay?
I don't think you're wrong. I know what you're going to say. I don't think it's wrong.
If you have a girl and she's, let's say, high school age, okay?
Yeah.
There's so much pressure being a kid anyway, but if you're a girl, you're trying to fit in not only with the guys, but with the girl clubs and everything else, where I think a lot of guys just say, hey, I'm a basketball player. I'll hang out with the basketball guys. Mm-hmm. With girls, in my opinion, it's either they're going to be really good looking and every guy's going to be chasing them, and that's a nightmare for a parent.
Yeah.
Or let's say they aren't really good looking, and now they're at home every Friday and Saturday night crying to you that nobody thinks they're attractive. That's another nightmare for a parent.
You can't win.
You can't win.
It's a tough scene.
That's a tough scene. So here's my solution.
Okay.
I told your grandfather this story before he passed away. I think it was the last time I ever saw him laugh. We had this conversation because he had 3 daughters. I said, dude, I don't know how you did it. I said, I've thought about this a million times, and in my mind, I think your best chance is to have a really good-looking daughter that's gay. And he goes, what? And I go, at least she's bringing home a really good-looking girlfriend for you to stare at Thanksgiving. And he's like, what the hell's wrong with you? And then I think it's the last conversation we ever had. But I was like, I can't figure a way out of it. That I think, how would this possibly work where I'm not extremely nervous about people trying to take advantage sexually of my daughter?
Yeah.
It would freak me out.
It would freak me out too.
I used to look at your grandfather thinking, what does he think about me? Like,
Yeah.
He knows I'm sleeping with her, so what the hell does he think of me? And I go, in my mind, I don't care if we're married 10, 12, 20 years. I'm sitting there going, dude, you're sleeping with my daughter. What the fuck? Yeah, it would drive me crazy.
It is weird.
Yeah.
That is a weird thing. Well, if I had to pick out the perfect girl, I'd want it to be somebody like my mom. My mom is very smart, has a great job, very humble. She has had a good head on her shoulders, but she doesn't have the greatest sense of awareness all the time.
It's her downfall.
That's her downfall.
Yeah.
Going into sense of awareness, I mean, mom, you could grow things right under her house, and she wouldn't even know they were there.
First of all, your mom's the queen of talking right when, let's say, LeBron's shooting a game-winning shot.
Oh, my God.
And just walks in the room and starts talking or stands in front of the TV and you're like, holy shit. But you don't want to lose your mind because then she snaps at you and her feelings are hurt. But you're going, oh, my God, how many times is this going to happen? In a big situation, we're like, not now.
Yeah, not right now.
Not right now. The last round of Rocky IV. And you're like, I think he's going to take Drago. And you're going to start talking now? Yeah, dude, it's funny because she's innocent at the same time. So, yeah, here's a great Jake story for you as you say this. So when Jake was like, I'm guessing, I think 6th grade, 5th or 6th grade.
Really young.
Yeah, you see a lot of kids around that time. They get that school project where they have to grow that like bean plant, and it's in the styrofoam cup, and you put it by the sink, and the plant goes, and you're taking care of your plant. and it grows. And so Jake grabs a plant and he sticks it right by our kitchen sink, and it is growing like crazy, man, like Jack and the Beanstalk crazy. And your mom is so proud of your brother. Like, look at this plant. Now, at the time, all of us know it's weed. Okay, Jake got a marijuana seed or whatever, and all of a sudden, this weed is growing like crazy, growing like a weed.
Yeah.
And every morning, your mom was so proud. Look at Jake.
She was watering it.
Yeah, watering it. He has a green thumb. I've never seen anything like it.
And we're like, yeah,
and
he
we're
does.
like, yeah. And Jake's like, don't tell her.
Yeah, no,
and,
I don't say.
And so now it becomes a running joke between the three of us, you know. And she is so happy. This went on for like 2 months.
A long time.
And finally, your one of your first cousins comes walking in the house and goes, Aunt Rita, why do you have a marijuana plant in front of your sink? What? And she goes, Jacob, you know, loses her mind. And is this marijuana? Yeah, it is. What are you doing? And she gets so upset and we can't breathe. You know, we're laughing. And it took about 3 seconds for her to take that plant, turn it upside down, right in the garbage disposal, and just turned it on. Remember? And Jake's like, "What are you doing?" You know, and it was so funny that she had no idea, just clueless that was marijuana. Everybody who walked in the house knew it was marijuana.
You walk in, you could smell double bubble kush, and it's like, Rita, what are you doing? She had no idea.
She had no idea what was going on, but man, was it funny.
That's crazy. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching another episode of Good Chatter. Make sure you check out our other shows, The Young and the Wash, Next Question, and JP25 Conversations. Subscribe on YouTube at JP25 Media. Follow both of us on Instagram and Twitter, Dave Palet, Josh Palet. We'll see you guys next time.